Hey guys, I'm here today in my favorite biome. I've been cautiously following Ashes for nearly 8 years now, since 2017. I was there when the Kickstarter was still open, though I didn't back it, cause I'm not a fucking idiot. And over the years, I've seen a lot of AOC YouTubers hype this game up and then slowly fizzle out from the development. We had this guy, we had this sociopath, we had this guy, now we got this bald guy, no, not that one. And what served me really well is keeping this game at an arm's length until the core features are all there. I'm still testing it, I still keep up with it from time to time, but we're still at just the foreplay stage of the game right now. Release is when it's time to go balls deep. Hype has never really helped me, and the more hyped I let myself get, the less favors it does for me in the end. In almost 8 years, I've uploaded 5 videos currently, mostly because I'm a lazy bastard, but partially because when I make a video, I want there to be some kind of substance or value behind it. Now, there's a lot of drama in the Ashes of Creation version 0.04 community right now, and I just want to share some honesty with you. Did this guy lie to you? Yeah.
Game of you, so you're missing context. So, a major resource to level up these nodes and progress these nodes is wood. So we need wood in the desert in order to progress these nodes. There is no wood in the desert because the trees aren't real. So they sold the expansion of the desert having trees that were cuttable, that was going to have a bunch of land mass and a bunch added, but none of that was added. So from my perspective as a customer, as a consumer, I think to myself, holy shit, they're finally expanding the desert. They're finally giving us things to do in the desert. Well, I thought I was pretty. I'm gonna be honest. I thought I was pretty clear. I thought that clip there is pretty clearly stating that this is the desert expansion, and there is no desert expansion. The desert expansion is a flat piece of sand with 3 nodes that are copy-pasted nodes from the Riverlands. And that's all it is. That's the expansion.
Did he have some valid points in his original video though? Yeah. Now some people are mad at the desert right now, and I get it. You don't like sand. It's coarse, it's rough. When you go to the beach, it gets in your pee-pee and or vag. I get it. But instead of watching this YouTube comment war over digital sand, I wanted to take you all directly to the source. Narc made it look like the desert doesn't contain any assets from the dev livestream, and that none of it is in the game, but see for yourself. This was always here, and personally I don't think it looks that bad. Wait, never mind, shit game. In fact, a lot of the boring, empty spots of the desert are actually blocked off by invisible walls, maybe because the devs don't want you dicking around over there yet. Does the playable desert still have some empty spots with nothing but sand? Yeah. Is it also a fucking desert? Yeah. Narc basically did the equivalent of showing you this part of the map without showing you what's in this part. He showed you this part of the Sahara Desert without showing you the Nile. And I had to check for myself, so I personally went to the Sahara Desert, and look what I found there. Are the desert nodes copied and pasted? Yeah, but literally every node in the game currently is copy and pasted. And these don't look that out of place. Just because some dingus art dev forgot to paint the terrain from green to beige on the early version of the node doesn't mean the whole desert was a lie. Is the desert as impressive as the Riverlands right now? Of course not. It needs more dungeons and needs more content, but it's not an empty wasteland either. I mean look, could just sand kill my mount and then chase me relentlessly? Could sand do this? Now, to be honest, I do think Phase 2 isn't that much more impressive than Phase 1. Phase 2 so far only has 1 new dungeon and a few more half-working systems, with more content planned to roll out in the following months. Game development is slow, and if you feel scammed or hate the state of the game, then the devs are openly giving refunds even if you sunk hundreds of hours into the tests, so it's hardly worth crying over. This game has already been worked on for almost 8 years, and will easily hit its 10-year mark before it's ready. For reference, Throne and Liberty took about 13 years to develop, and that was by a AAA studio. So if your guild leader named Sephiroth has been skipping work to play Ashes, and his WASD keys are greasier than the rest of his keyboard, Tell them to take a break. One other concern I've seen come up a lot lately is that there's too much toxicity in the game. I played a lot of ArcAge, which was the primary inspiration for Ashes. Now I get it, a lot of you are coming from other MMOs like WoW, so let me fill you in. ArcAge is a game that allowed you to be a thief, a murderer, had a judicial branch where you'd get convicted for crimes and have to serve jail time, and had an island that you could get exiled to for being too much of an asshole. There were literal murderer guilds that did nothing but kill and steal from others 24/7. There was a weeb guild on my server called Laughing Coffin that did nothing but grief low-level noobs, but they were bad, so my guild and I back then farmed them like they were parsnips in Stardew Valley. The point I'm trying to make is, like ArcAge, Ashes of Creation has literal systems in place that allow people to be assholes. Of course, the devs can do better to mitigate the griefing and toxicity, but only to a certain degree. Do you think this game that allows you to murder people and rob their wagons of hard-earned goods is only going to attract nice people and no shit talkers? It has systems that will naturally create rivalries, wars, winners, and losers. This game will be toxic. Expect this game to be toxic. Expecting this game to not be toxic is like expecting all 10 players in your League of Legends ranked game to all be sportsmanlike gentlemen. It's just not going to happen. This game has already attracted some toxic crowds, and they're not gonna magically be gone when the game releases. You're going to have to deal with some of the biggest pricks in the MMO community in this game, but you're also going to meet some of the coolest people ever who hate those guys just as much as you do. That's the beauty of it. The game wants to steer you towards player politics, which are bound to start from somebody being an asshole. This game is going to have its villains, and from that there will be heroes, like me, to do something about it. Now, this is all a long ways away. If you ask me, the game still needs a lot of work, but I also know it's a marathon, not a sprint. See you guys in half a year when the ocean drama comes out, when people say there's too much water in the ocean.